And we are back with some more One Piece content. Hey guys, if you guys are not liking and subscribing and sharing with friends, and you are dead wrong for that, just know that. But either way, let's get into the video. We're picking up from about episode 1054, and I just gotta say, man, at first it was kind of funny and confusing, Hawkins' laugh. Oh, I'm sorry, not Hawkins, I mean Killer, his laugh behind the mask. But at this point in his fight with Hawkins, it just became literally eerie and a bit scary, because you just see a mask and you just hear a laugh, and he's laughing not even out of his own accord, because he can't control his laugh. So it's kind of even dark and twisted in a sense. I enjoyed this episode because they finally explain how and why Killer ate the smile fruit, and I kind of feel bad for him. Like, you can't help but feel, a little sympathy for the guy, because now he can never express normal emotions again. Another thing, I very much underestimated Captain Kid Eustace. Like, that boy kept fighting with those crazy injuries that he got from Hawkins, and he just kept fighting, you know what I'm saying? Crazy stamina, crazy tough character. I had to pause for this moment in the video and just laugh at. It's so funny, and no one hate on me for this, but like, Kid and Law are literally getting their ass kicked by a middle-aged woman named Big Mom. Like, isn't that so funny and hilarious? Like, she's really putting hands on them, just beating the shit out of them. It's really hilarious. And I can also take a pause in this video to admit that, yes, for once, I was wrong. The Kid and Eustace fight against Big Mom wasn't boring. I just want to see good graphics. Like, when the producers actually took the time to insert better graphics for the fight got way more interesting. So it's just a matter of actually the producers caring about the fight. I want to take some time, maybe not in this video, but to break down the Jiki Jiki no Mi fruit, which is basically the fruit that Captain Kid ate, and then the Ope Ope no Mi fruit, which is the fruit that Trafalgar Law ate. And I want to break down their abilities a little bit more, but maybe not in this video. In episode 1055, I was a little confused on how Kinemon was able to split his body up into different parts. Like, I thought that was part of his Devil Fruit ability, but then I recalled that he had the ability to basically dress people and give them clothes and disguises, which was it's a pretty pointless ability, but I was like, there's no way he has two. And then I remembered that Law had split his body into different parts at a point, and that's why that he was able to do that. Also, I just wanted to state that Eiichiro Oda, or whoever created the idea of the pleasures and the gifters, is really sick in the head for these ideas. Like, there was a guy with a human body for a face and a giraffe for a body. Like, it was just, I was like, how do you even think of a concept like that? It's just crazy. I saw that episode 1055. I had to state that. For some context, remember in Kaido's army, you have Kaido, then you have the All-Stars or the Calamities. After that, you then have the Gifters, who were given abilities through the Smile Fruits. And then you have the Pleasures, who ate the Smile Fruits and couldn't get abilities, so they just now only can smile and laugh. That's basically what Killer became. And then you have the Waiters, who are still waiting to try the Smile Fruits and gain abilities. In episode 1056, we get a little bit more interesting ideas with the awakening powers that I'm wondering about. Basically, Law and Kid use both of their awakenings to deal a heavy damage attack on Big Mom, and she later states that this is the most pain she's felt in decades, which is a big for her because she's obviously an emperor. So, and then she finally acknowledges them as pirates that are worthy of taking her place as Emperor of the Sea. So she's finally getting serious in a sense. And then I think back to my question of who was the first character to show an awakened power or Devil Fruit power in One Piece. And I do want to say, at least in the anime, I think it was Doflamingo. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it was Doflamingo. And I want to break down what is an awakening power and what does it do. Obviously, it's like more of like a power up and getting stronger, but why do some characters have it and why don't they have it? By the way, I was very wrong about Kid's powers. The ability to magnetize is definitely formidable, and he showed that in his fight with Big Mom. And can we talk about the plot armor and crazy OP ability that is Big Mom's fruit? Like, I'll take a year off my life and strengthen myself. Like, and another thing I love about One Piece characters is just the nature of the show. It's kind of like always a little bit comical and satirical. Kid and Trafalgar Law are literally just laughing, not laughing, but kind of just not taking the situation very serious as Big Mom is powering up. They're kind of like, oh, how are we going to deal with this? Even though, like, this is about to be the hardest fight of their life. Very funny. By 1057, I actually realized this is completely unrelated, but I was like, oh, these episodes come out every Sunday. That was a pleasant Easter morning surprise. And then as I'm watching the episodes, I had to ask, who are the three numbers? And then basically, after doing some research, I realized that they were an imitation of the ancient giant race. Remember Oars from the Moria arc? They were an imitation of the ancient giants basically like Oars, and I think what was the name of the other one? Oars and Boars. Sorry, it was Oars and then Little Oars Jr. Basically, they're a race of giants that are even bigger than the normal giants, and the numbers are an imitation of that. So they're supposed to be a little strong. Not really sure where they fall in the power of hierarchy. I want to say because of their size, they're probably as strong as the Tobi Roppo. I don't think they're stronger than the elite performers, but they're probably like as strong or around that ability of the Tobi Roppo. Interesting to note that Black Maria actually had one of the ancient giants working under her. So maybe not because of strength that they're working under her, maybe just because they're not as smart. You know, the giants are sometimes they're viewed to be not too smart. They don't talk much and they kind of need orders. So that's probably why they were working under the Tobi Roppo. By the way, then I had to ask this question to myself. Who is CP9 and who is CP0? Like, which government faction is stronger, or are they just the same? Because I see that they're both headed by Rob Lucci. So is this CP0 just like CP9 redone, remastered, you know, with different people? But I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out later. By the way, the Rob Lucci point is still an anime spoiler, not manga spoiler, but, you know, that's just a little bit for my manga heads. I'm also very pissed that Sanji refuses to use his Germa battle suit, but, you know, you can't force the writer. Plus, the suit looked kind of dumb anyway, so I guess it's alright if he doesn't use it anymore. And then I know I have to link my One Piece video in the end because I was right about Sanji being the weakest link. He also makes a promise at the end of this episode to help Luffy become king, even if that means losing his emotions. And he tells Zoro to, if he does ever lose his emotions, that he should be the one to stop him. So I'm going to link that video where I said that Sanji was actually the weakest Straw Hat because of his weaknesses and flaws. At this point, I want to give a round of applause for Trafalgar Law. Like, he's come a long way from the Dressrosa arc. Like, I remember in the Dressrosa arc, he was really weak. Not weak, but using his Devil Fruit power weakened him out very easily. Whereas now, he's able to actually stand up to Big Mom with just Kid, and they're, like, really going head-to-head. Like, he's putting out some heavy-duty attacks and still being able to continue fighting. So, I think he's made a lot of progress. Reminds me a little bit of Kakashi, where, like, in the first Naruto half, before the time skip, he, like, really couldn't do much when he would lose a lot of chakra easily, but then when we see by Shippuden, he's able to manage his chakra a lot better. I'm enjoying the absolute mayhem that's going on in this Land of Wano arc. Like, there's a lot of, you know, you have that girl Otama-chan using her Dango power or whatever power she's using to basically get all of the gifters back on her side. Basically, anyone that is an animal or has any animal type of feeling in them, if they eat that Kibi Dango, then they want to make her their master and obey her abilities. So there's been a lot of side switching, and then like you have the Korozumi curse, Kazembo just floating around, that big ball of fire floating around, attacking everyone. It's kind of like even attacking CP0. I just like it when there's mayhem and different sides just have to fight all at once. You know, an anime that this reminds me of a lot is Black Clover. Because in Black Clover, they just box indefinitely. They don't give a fuck. Everybody get hands. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the Diamond Kingdom might be fighting the Clover Kingdom with the Eye of the Midnight Sun on the way, and they might be in the Witch Forest, so the witches got to fight too. It's just a lot of different groups just boxing. I love that. And the last thing I want to admit is Zoro and Sanji should have definitely switched enemies for this fight, because the Airborne King is a much better fit for Sanji, who can actually stay airborne. Zoro's having a very hard time. I'm actually seeing him at his wit's end trying to defeat King, whereas I feel like Sanji is kind of toying with Queen. Like, he's not having that much of a hard time. Like, his battle is more internal than it is external, whereas Zoro's battle is very much external. Like, he just doesn't know how to defeat King at this point. So it's very interesting to note that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is it for this time, guys. We'll be back very soon with some more One Piece content. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, find your Zen, your final form. I'll see you next time, guys.
Okay, let's go. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy.